Attention military veterans and military personnel. This is Tracy from Lakewood College, and I am excited to announce the new partnership between ETA Associates and Jamal King's Make Real Estate Real. Give me a call so I can see if you qualify to receive the Make Real Estate Real with no out-of-pocket expense to you. I can be reached at 1-800-517-0857. My extension is 700. You may also visit us at www.money4vets.com. Again, that is money4vets.com. You may also schedule an appointment with me through my text-only number at area code 216-678-9933. I look forward to speaking with you all.
It's been a phenomenal ride, man. Not just for real. I look forward to the next 50, and like I said, I don't want to be selfish, God, but I don't want to be buried and have people pouring out whatever they drink on my behalf.
This episode is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? It just feel weird, like looking on.
This is a socially distanced, kinda, not really.
Kinda.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? We'll explain. I don't know if we could talk about what.
Oh, we can talk about everything.
Good. Okay, we can talk about everything. I also got Dr. Douglas Thomas in the building.
I got Jamal.
Principal Thomas in the back, just supervising. I got Dr. King to my left. And then, man, we got family in the building, y'all. I'll start from my left. Y'all right. We got Miss Tiffany Montgomery back in the building. Tiff, what's up, lady?
Happy to be back. Happy to be back.
She had to fight to get back.
Oh, 100%. All my life.
Fought to get on the podcast.
To my right, my immediate right, I got my sister here. We best of friends now. She used to not like me, but we here now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Fat, y'all. She in the building.
Let's go. How y'all doing?
Why she start liking you? What happened?
All the way at the end. The hottest producer in the game, really.
I
don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the one to say it, but I got to. The hottest producer in the game. Come on. Linnell Spreewell is in the building.
Come on, Linnell.
And she can't work for 10 mil.
Come on.
Too low.
Y'all know the song. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. Come on. Last but not least.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? Last but not least.
Talk to him.
Try Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Not this next guy. Please don't.
Oh, man.
Y'all give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Tobe Chukwu Demwigwe. Hey, that's the only thing I hate about Toby raps is when he start doing that, you try to go there with him, you can't necessarily. Tobe Chukwu Demwigwe is my correct name. I'm like, how I got the incorrect name on the correct name bar?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, look, welcome in, man. Glad to have y'all. Oh, that was my part too. Hold on. Come on, let him hear it. Let him hear it. Let the beat come in. Come on, Nell.
Okay.
Why you doing to him, Nell?
Don't try.
Come on.
Hey, that's what y'all finna get from me for the next. I just be doing what I do.
Hey, man.
That's right.
Listen, man.
That's right.
Listen,
now.
man. It is an honor to have everybody in the building. We got a lot of energy because we ain't seen each other in a long
forever.
time.
Corona.
Yeah, Corona season that had us down, and we back, y'all. It feels good to be back. It feels good to have. Look, what you thinking about, E?
I was just trying to think what the last concert we went to.
London.
London.
Yeah, we was in
Talking about
London.
his concert.
Oh, his last concert?
Yeah.
C ain't go to
I
none the
didn't.
whole
Oh.
2019.
I missed the whole tour. I missed
My
the
bad.
whole tour.
Oh, my bad.
I missed
Big
the whole
trash
tour.
CJ.
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I did. But look, I'm not gonna miss the next one. When's the next one? When's the next one?
September. Yeah. Well, he might. Well,
Is
no,
he?
he probably gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm
September
coming.
what?
27. I'm
Where?
there.
27th. No, it's the 27th.
Where?
In Houston, we're doing a live broadcast. But
Okay.
Nell is goofy enough to not understand how we trying to market the stuff, so she gonna keep saying another date for some reason. She don't catch.
Oh,
the
I'm
clue.
sorry. We should be asking questions.
Just keep working with her, Tom. Keep working with her.
Oh, Lord. Let me just
No
ask
blink.
this.
I said it 3
Can
times. I said
people
it 3
come?
times. See, I said
Can
it 3
people
times.
come is the question.
I
That's
feel-
right. My
so-
people could come. So
He got
everybody.
his wife and his work wife. That's a tough spot to be in, right in the middle.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about there's
Right in
no
the
letter.
middle.
You know what I'm saying?
He said,
There's
"Wife
no
and
letter.
work wife."
Listen, man, we are. Listen, I'm gonna
pregnant.
tell y'all the truth. You know, we always like to keep it real with our listeners. Y'all rock with us. Y'all know how we roll. We had a whole podcast in the can. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't even gonna have. This one was supposed to be for next week. I was traveling. Maul, of course, was in the Shy, and we wanted to put that podcast out, but unfortunately, we here again. You know what I'm saying? We here again. And last night, the NBA players walked off the court, or should I say, didn't even take the court. Another bruh shot down by the police. Thank God he's alive this time, I guess, but paralyzed, whatever it is. Yeah. And I told E, I said, man, we don't need to use the whole podcast for it, but we can't just put out a podcast and not acknowledge what happened and that this continues to happen. I was sick to my stomach the other night. You know, you kind of go back and forth between should I watch it, should I not watch it? You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where you're like, oh, I don't even want to see it. But then part of you is like, no, this like you need to let it hurt. You know what I'm saying? You need to let it sink in. And I watched it, man, and again, just no words, man. Just tough. And I didn't want to put out a podcast where we were just laughing and joking and, you know, not acknowledging the situation. So we here. As of maybe just a couple hours ago, the NBA said, I guess, that they are going to play. And we just had a very dynamic conversation around that. But I want to kind of open it up. E, I'll let you kick it off. Being our elder statesman, we here again. You know what I'm saying? It sucks to be talking about this again, and we know that it continues to happen. And, you know, the ones you see on the media, unfortunately, are just, you know, the ones that get highlighted. But this happens obviously daily in our community, and it happens seemingly even more often now that we get it on camera, but we know that it's been happening. E, I don't know what your thoughts were when you saw it, when you text me and you and I went back and forth, but you can kind of tell the people where you at with it today.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that we have to understand that is this is a life work. You know, I don't want people to think that this is like, you know, seasonal. It's like when something happens, you know, we respond to what happened. Even if nobody was shot and killed, you know, enough of us have died since 16, 19. You know what I'm saying? Enough of us have died to have something to talk about, you know, and so, of course, we know we're not where we want to be. And so, first of all, man, my heart goes out as I watch, you know, the sister, the mother, the father, you know, of Jacob, like watching the family members. So I definitely want to just stop and mad shout out to them. I know we're moving on with our lives, but Breonna Taylor's parents, you know, and family, they still mourning. You know what I'm saying? She had her birthday just passed, so it's still, you know, difficult. But people have to understand this is a life work. This is not a work that we do when something happens. This is something that we must dedicate ourselves to every single day. And, you know, my daughter, bless my daughter's heart, you know, I've always trained my babies from the start. You know, it's not about your life, it's about our life. So even though my daughter may not have experienced some of the things that, you know, some of our ancestors and even today people are experiencing, my daughter, like, her heart is there, like she experienced it. And she came to me yesterday and was like, yo, Dad, I'm tired. Like, it's over. Like, why are we doing this? You know, she was like, why are we like, what's the point? And I had to tell my daughter, they want you to lose hope. They want you to lose faith. Because when you lose hope and you lose faith, you quit, you give up. And they get to continue to do what they do without accountability. You know what I'm saying? So, without, belaboring the point, what we do every day. We are committed to the movement. We're committed to our people. We're committed to literally. I told my daughter, like, you could lose faith in this government. I don't care. You could lose faith in the, police. You know what I'm saying? You could lose whatever, your local, whatever. You could lose faith, whatever, but you cannot lose faith in the pursuit of liberty, the pursuit of life, the pursuit of happiness. Like, that's our, inalienable rights. Like, God has given us all that, So I would just say to those of you out there, a couple people email me, text me, especially, a couple older people, my age, and they were just like, I'm tired. So I would just say to you, do me a favor, do not, whatever you lose, don't lose your hope or faith in this movement. There is progress. We've made progress. Are we want to be where we want to be? Nope, but we're not where we were in 1619. Okay, we're not there. And so just keep the faith. Let's keep moving. If people do their parts in different parts of the world with our platforms, with our resources, and as a unit, that's the one thing I would say. We have to stop being, you got to protest like this, or you got to be about the movement this way. Nope. We have to stay together, arms locked, hearts locked, minds locked. And I just truly believe that one of these days, we will overcome. I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, my daughter's lifetime, my grandchildren's lifetime. But what I do know is if we quit and give up, it won't happen in any lifetime. So don't quit, don't give up. Let's keep fighting.
I want to say something, and Toby, you and Neil and Fat can speak to this. Y'all made a song for Breonna Taylor. And, man, when I tell you it was, obviously, if you haven't heard it, go to YouTube. I think it's called I Need You Too. Is that the name of it? But it was obviously a super powerful record. And I literally thought, I was like, this is what it's about. Like, everybody using their platform to do whatever. Yeah. And I saw even y'all got a little bit of negative pushback from people like, oh, y'all trying to make it into like a dance. This ain't no dance. This ain't. And I was like, man, E, you just said it. We got to stop doing that, dog. We got like if you play ball and wear the shirt. Yep. If we got a podcast, say something on your podcast. Yep. If you play, whatever you do, Tiff, you got your crew, you say it on, and y'all did it so beautifully, and I still saw some people, it's like we got to stop doing that. Like, we already fighting a nasty, just vile enemy. Yep. And then y'all want to, tear down people who actually out here trying to do something about it, and everybody needs to use their podcast. But y'all could talk about that song, the creation of that song, and then, what y'all feelings are just kind of being back here now, again, with this situation, and obviously still haven't even got justice for the one Breonna that we, Taylor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain. But it's real simple. The song, and I said the same thing on New York Times and NBC when they asked me about it, that I got a vision. I had nothing planned for that Sunday that the song came out. Got a vision from God, woke up, hit Nell, told her to come, make the beat, recorded the song in about 2 hours, shot the video in that probably third hour, and had the video up later on a couple hours later. And it's the first ever song that we did that had absolutely no rhyming words, and it just went straight message, because that's how it came to me. And people still had the audacity to criticize and critique. And I told people straight up, I'm like, hey, listen, if you feel some type of way about it, that's fine. But this song ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with no rap skill. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. God gave me the vision, and I gave it to y'all the same way that it came to me. So your anger ain't got nothing to do with me. And if you really had some anger, you should be angry with the people who killed the girl.
Absolutely.
That's who you should be angry with.
Absolutely.
And I got to do a song like this that draw attention to what I'm drawing attention to. That's what you. But people are goofy though. A lot of people are real goofy, and they don't really judge. And it's like, bro, you don't even know where to direct that anger, so you bringing it towards somebody who trying to I'm like, whatever you trying to tell me to do, you should go do that.
Period.
Whatever you think that I should be doing, you should
do that.
like stop using the energy that you're using right now with me and go do what you think should be done. But you know what I'm saying?
Big up y'all real quick, man. Y'all, I don't know if I said it on the podcast before, but y'all donated $100,000 to 4 families who were victimized by police brutality. 100,000. I don't know if y'all understand. That's not like, we're not saying like 100,000 like in credit or like in free song downloads.
Yep.
We're talking about $100,000 from an independent crew. 100,000. It wasn't. Hey, we're gonna give away half the proceeds.
Nope.
Like y'all literally wrote a check for 100 bands, and y'all to be commended for that. Maul and Tiff, and Carl bring you guys in on the conversation. Carl, Tiff, what was your thoughts? Kind of, I know Tiff, you obviously, you're not scared to speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? I know Tiff, Tiff got a platform.
Which is why,
I'm a gentle flower.
Yeah, which is why she been banned by C.
Podcast fans. Tiff called me about 3 times a month, like, hey, when I'm coming back on the podcast. And so
The
today,
people wanted to know. It wasn't me.
they did.
She said we got sponsors.
I even wanted to know too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So go for it, Tiff.
I think obviously it's disgusting, right? And it's definitely a modern day lynching where, I wasn't alive, but when you saw postcards of Black men and women hanging and all of the white people down there cheering everybody on, I think that's what we're seeing today in this year, in this decade. And I mean, unless we get some policies in place that police officers are actually charged for murder and not protected and not hidden and not kept safe, we're going to continue to see this happen. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, this is a healing crisis for America. Yeah. So before things get better, they're going to get a little worse. And we're going to see this healing crisis take place for a few months and probably a little bit more into 2021. And it's going to get a little worse than it does get better. But I think that as long as people continue to fight, I mean, people say things like right now what we're in is such a bad time. And it's like, nah, slavery was a bad time. We doing a little bit better than that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if we put things in perspective, we're doing a lot better than that. But the riots are necessary. The protests are necessary. And it's necessary because it creates so much chaos that it forces change on you, whether you want it to happen or not. And I look at things like slavery, which is abolished, or a lot of it is abolished. We still have modern day slavery today, but it's not like it was then. You know what I'm saying? And so I think as long as we keep putting our foot on their necks and putting pressure on them and not letting up, it's going to change, and policies are going to take place because they're going to realize it's going to be the people are going to do an uprising and going to kill everybody if y'all don't stop this. You know what I'm saying?
It's
so
just
that's
went a little
just
far left a little bit. She said, "Kill everybody." Though. I'm like,
I mean, that's where you headed.
not kill everybody though. Everybody?
Yeah.
You tell me a point in history where people were free from bondage without, you know what I'm saying? War.
Without killing everybody?
I'm saying without war. It just don't happen like that.
I'm saying war, but I'm saying but everybody though.
I'm saying like that's the thing though. If you think it's just gonna legislate itself away, that's not how this works.
But he's concerned about everybody.
I'm just talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Hey, this is a good time for Carl to come in. Carl, what you say? Kill everybody? Carl, like,
you know what I'm saying? Carl might say 1/3. Carl might say 1/3.
Podcast for sure.
And she got a subordinate over here with Nell over here.
Carl, like, can I sit on this side?
Nell over here ready to join.
You supposed to have a buzzer back there.
I love it.
Carl,
Tobe said something. Carl, just say 1/3 of everybody.
Right. Not everybody. Just some. Yeah, I got it, Mike too.
Yeah.
Man, so again, stupid, unfortunate, but I'm happy to see that people with platforms are doing something about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I read this quote. It said, like, if you throw a cup of water on a forest fire, like it ain't doing nothing. But you could grow a whole tree with that cup of water. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think everybody now is the attention needs to be growing your tree. You know what I'm saying? Like a tree ain't going nowhere when it's solid. Let's use our cup of water and pour it where we can. Everybody, you just put your cup of water in that spot. And I'm telling you, like when these trees start to grow, like you said, it might not be our time. Yeah. But I got kids and I'm watching them, like I hope by their time, you know what I'm saying? That we see these trees represented from what, this stuff happened. Like let's not let it, 381, he said, let's not let it go to waste. Let's not it fade out because it was 2 months ago. No, this is it. Like this is it. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep going.
Yeah. And and maybe Tommy can come over here for this. I wanted to kind of saved Maul and Tommy. You come on over here. Tommy is Maul's brother. Our brother too, you know what I'm saying? Brother Tommy. Also
Brother
E-Security.
I got you, Tommy.
You know what I'm saying?
We
E-Security.
multitasking.
Detail. Anytime we go out of town, Tommy choke you up now. Don't play with him. You see the hip. You know what I'm saying? he
Keep the blicky on the hippie.
You know what I'm saying? So
when you dip, he dip, we dip.
But no, I wanted to be able to talk to y'all, man, and we kind of got Maul's perspective. And Maul ain't been in the police for a while, you know what I'm saying? So he ain't been in the streets. Tommy's still in the streets, real OG.
You need an active voice.
Maul was out doing real estate on this ship, like, never mind, there's some property over there.
Clear the property. Clear the property.
You lucky I gotta go close on the house, or I was gonna arrest you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I do got some stories like that. He not far off.
He ain't far.
Maul, I ain't got time for
That's
that.
a different podcast.
That's a different podcast.
But Tommy, man, from your perspective, and I know how far is Kenosha, Wisconsin? It can't be too far from y'all.
It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So not that far from where you are, and you've been obviously with the state police for 22 years. Why does this keep happening, dog?
You know, the biggest thing and what we need to do is we need to get
close to the mic, Tommy. Let him hear you. Yep.
Okay, the problem is we don't see what's going on. Like the average person, a black person, they don't really, the police is not something that they like want to do, you know? So it's not their future.
Yep.
But we need more blacks on the job.
Right.
They'll tell us in a second, they tell us all the time, hey, which we try to hire blacks, but they're not qualified. So even with us, we're like at a 7-8%. So we need to oversight.
And that's the state police or CPD?
That's the state police.
Okay.
So we need more oversight. We need more people involved and going. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the police. You know, hey, I want to make a difference.
So you work, okay, so then that's a good question I have, I think, because you work with majority white officers. Have you seen or been able to kind of like take any information in that would make you understand why this continues to happen because you side by side with them all the time, you hear the conversations, you know the thought process, like why do they keep doing, like the other day, I'm just looking at it, right? And again, here come everybody, oh, he had a knife in the car. I'm like, okay, everybody got a knife in their car.
Yep.
But is it the training? Is it the fear of black men? Like, you've been alongside. I'm just wondering if you can offer some insight into what goes on in their mind. Like, yo, I just looked the other day, like, okay, even if he did something wrong, I don't know what tackle my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, put him in the hand. Like, my man had 3 kids in the back of the car. Like, where's your discernment? Like, why can you shed any light from that? And I'm not asking you to speak for white police. I'm just saying if you had any insight. You know, y'all went through basic training.
I'm starting to get nervous.
I'm glad he's talking to him because I can't answer for them.
Yeah.
You know?
No. And I don't want you to answer. I'm saying you've been around. You've heard the lingo. You've heard them. Maybe they said a couple comments
of stuff, though. It's like, okay, with the state police, we get a lot of stuff. We get into a lot of incidents, but we don't have as many problems as other police departments do. So I think it starts at the training level. You know, you'll be surprised. Like I said, some of the guys I deal with, I go over their house, they'll tell you in a second, hey, you the first black guy that's been in my house, you know. So that's a communication problem,
right,
you know.
Right.
They don't understand us, we don't understand them, you know. We need to get better with that.
Yeah, they definitely seem to understand each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real.
Yeah, they understand each other.
I'm just saying, little man, I think his name was Justin, had the AR-5. He shot one person in the head, shot 2 other people in the stomach, and then he walked right past the police like, hey, everything good? Like, did everybody hurt? Anybody hurt? You know, and I'm like, whoa, my man 17. You could tell you a kid with I don't know what you call that, assault weapon?
Assault rifle,
is that what it is? Assault rifle? He walking around with it at 17.
Then the police put out that night, hey, we looking for Buddy with a gun.
The crazy part is that earlier that day, the reason why they didn't even do nothing to him, because earlier they was giving him water bottles. They was over there like telling them like, hey, thanks guys for helping us out.
Yeah, so I'm saying if we could get on that side of the treatment, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with you in terms of the training. Like, we need to get on that side where they are around, you know, the people who they serve and protect and really fall in love with them, you know, get their narrative, you know, whatever. But I'm thinking too, Tommy, what you're saying. I'm saying I would never say, and we got to talk off podcast, but I've got to learn why they should be police officers, because I do come across young people regularly. And I've always said engineer, teacher, science. I ain't never said police officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never said it. And so I'm like, yo, E, you got to understand law enforcement so that when you're talking to these kids, that's an option. But it's never come out of my mouth. And so just listening to you with the 7%, which I never got the stats.
Can you imagine telling the kid right now who 13, like, hey, you should be the police?
I can definitely understand. More now than ever before.
And I'm telling you, can you imagine being 13 and watching everything that's going on and thinking that's the career path I want to take?
No question. But I'm saying I think we're the ones that can do it.
No, it's needed. I'm just telling you.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we retrain? How do we have the conversations? Yeah. You know, we spend so much time on the criminal side of the conversation. And I need people to understand. What I'm saying is, even if my man's walked into a church and killed 9 people, even if he just shot up a school, he or she deserves due process. Yeah. So let's stop having a conversation about the criminal side of things, and let's talk about how we view each other, because that's really the issue. Mm-hmm. If you look at me and you see criminal versus if somebody looks at you and they see upstanding citizen, that's the actual issue. And that problem stems from, and I mean, just being honest, like, you know what I'm saying? We in y'all city, we in y'all hometown, I'm at McAllister's. And I literally feel uncomfortable in there because I'm looking around.
You good. You in Lansing. You good.
Well, I don't know that. I'm from the South.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South.
Right. Let me stop you there. You good in Lansing, boo.
Hey, we can take you to Georgia.
No, you come down. Hey,
you go to Georgia.
Hey, this the mixed capital of the world. I promise you, the white folks were just admiring your hair.
Is it?
They was like, that's a nice fro. That is a nice fro.
The thought is,
for sure. Yeah.
I'm realizing, oh snap, like, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of people in here who might not like day to day just interact with, you know what I'm saying? Different people of different nationalities. And like, you know, regardless if we want to talk about kumbaya, whatever, that's a huge issue, is that we don't encounter each other on the day to day. For you to be able to look at me and realize, yo, like, I'm not a good black. A lot of blacks are like this, and we're not all criminals. That's really the issue.
Yeah, I think most of us aren't criminals. If you find a criminal, that's like few and far in between. I'm in the room with, and I hang out with, and I can't tell you the last time I was with a criminal. That was you know what I'm trying to say?
Family reunion.
Well, hey, we hadn't had one of those in a long time.
But if you think about it, we got to go back. It all stems from like the history and like what we're taught in school. You can't actually train a police officer when he's in a police academy. It's too late.
Yeah.
If he hasn't learned about black people up to that point, it's too late.
Yeah, that's good.
But the thing about it is, when we're in school from birth, we're learning all about their history.
That's it. And their culture.
They're not learning a thing about us. So therefore, by the time we get on the job, by the time we assimilate into the community, we know everything about them.
Yep.
We know everything about them, but they know nothing about us.
Yep.
That's it. So that's what I'm saying. So we got to start from the beginning.
No, they know something about us, but there's only the stuff they want to show you on TV.
Stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It's the negative stuff. They look at us in that way, and even like I said on other podcasts before, even the color of you guys are black. Black means evil. It means guilty. It means dirty. Yep. So those things are automatically embedded in their brains. And so now when they look at us, you automatically you crooked. Yeah. You automatically criminal. You're guilty automatically. Yeah. Where you look at the other side though, white means clean. Yeah. It means, good standing. It means pure, it means innocent. Yeah. And so it's just the terminology, just the language, man. And so when you're telling that kid, man, you're a black kid. That kid now thinks I'm guilty. Yeah. I'm evil. Yeah. I'm dirty. Yeah. And you telling that other kid, I'm a white kid, you're a white kid, they thinking they're innocent, they're pure. Yeah. So we got to change that language and then go from there, start building on top of that.
But what I got to say, I'm sorry cutting in. I'm feeling at home on the podcast.
Come on, you should. You've been listening to all 200.
Welcome, brother.
50-some episodes.
This your moment, dog. Take full advantage.
But we as a race, we do have to learn things on how to handle things. Like I'm not immune from this. I've gotten pulled over 2-3 in the morning coming back from a party with my wife and my kids, and I had an officer get on me and tell me some things, and I told him some things back, censored, but I also let him know I have to think for myself, hey, Tommy, this is not the time to address this. Yeah. Take it and address it tomorrow, because if I do something stupid, guess what? He's going to be the one that tell the story, right? And we don't want that. We want to, and this with everybody, And so that's what we have to learn, hey,
right, my dad taught me very early. Like, look, you put your hands on the steering wheel, have your license, registration, everything already ready. Do not try to pull it out when they ask you for it. Absolutely. When they get up to the car, had everything ready. Yes or no, sir. We can go to court later. You know what I'm saying?
But ain't that something though? Even as a police officer, we still feel that pressure. Wow. Being a black police officer,
sure.
Yeah,
we still. So I think a lot of times people think that a black police officer is immune to what's going on in the world. Right, bro, I still, with a gun and a badge on, well, I don't feel it now. Well, I feel it
More like the police.
But when I was the police, I was still feeling it. I was still feeling the pressure. I'm talking about if a cop get behind me and I'm driving my car.
Martin, his cruiser.
It's just something where you just feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about right. I was in a squad car and another squad car got behind me. And I'm still feeling I'm like, oh man.
that's
I had
not
to
good.
catch myself like,
that's
I'm
not
a police
good.
officer too.
Yeah.
But even still,
hit my lights.
it's still a different level. I don't get all that.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm
no
saying?
question.
I'm still not that.
It's still,
it's a
it's
different
levels
level,
to
bro.
this. Absolutely.
Oh man, that's stress, man.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it is exhausting. But
but you can't get tired, man.
No, you can't get tired.
You can't get tired.
You're just like, man, it's so. And then I told you, I just always go back and I'm like, wow, this is all over, like skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dumb is this?
That's the goofiest
Like
thing
how
ever.
dumb? Like this is the dumb. Like we literally talking about the tone, the melanation in your skin. But we're not gonna spend the whole podcast talking about that. But we did want to address it. I wanted to kind of throw it back. Now that we got very special people in the building,
Absolutely.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I got all kind of family in here. Let's quickly shift, man. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about the monumental wave that the Nwigwe Grant crew is on. I shout out to Corey and Cornell.
Can we get the
Eli
camera over there, though?
in the
Can we get a
building?
The baby and the daddy and the
Congratulations
baby.
on the new baby coming up shortly.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, rub it. Let it. I see it now.
Yeah, let's get that camera on, my man. 'Cause
Cornelia
we want
is
the
in the
police to see
building.
a father with his child. Okay, let's let it. Yeah, with the baby. And with the wife and baby. Let's see that.
So-
make sure we get that. Yeah, get the
Look at
face.
Nell trying to look like
Get
a
the
girl.
face, Nell. Get the ebony. Get the ebony
to my
face.
fat, coach me, fat. Tell
Get
me
the
how to do
ebony
it.
face. The
Man, where
March
you put your right
edition.
hand?
Real quick, man. I want. In all seriousness, man, I want to ask y'all just about the last few months. I mean, I'm talking about several viral videos.
Yeah.
Just I think we went number 12 on Billboard.
You know what I'm saying?
Independently. It's just been an incredible ride. And y'all it's like a rocket ship right now. I want to just catch us up, man. It's been a while since y'all
Everything
been
y'all
on the
touch turn to
podcast.
gold.
Y'all done
Talk to
took it
us.
to the next level, even during the pandemic.
Oh, Fat, if you could, please, I'll let you lead the way on this
If you
one.
don't get out of here and start listening to stuff. You don't get in here. Come on, man.
So let me ask a more specific question then, Fat. Let me ask you a specific question.
Good, go for it. Yeah, talk to Fat.
Listen,
See?
no. I'm gonna ask this question to Fat because I think this might be your first time on the podcast, huh? Okay, come on, get her the mic. Get her the mic.
Oh, Tobe get to push the buttons too. She don't let us push the buttons.
Toby, you touch my buttons again, I'm gonna smack you.
Pause. Whoa.
Oh yeah, yo. Hey, so let me ask you this: so y'all had a couple babies, and y'all go on tour, and right after tour, the pandemic hits, right? And like everything just stops. What was the mood like? Like, what would the house must have been like? Okay, what are we gonna do? Y'all got 2 babies in the crib. The tour just finished. What was going through your mind?
It wasn't, you would think that I would have been stir crazy and all this stuff, but in my mind, any woman that has had a baby knows when you have the baby, you ain't planning to go nowhere for a minute anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had Sage in April, everybody was quarantined. I was like, oh, welcome. Because I'm already about to be doing this because I wasn't about to take my baby out and like that anyway. So I was in the house and we had just moved. I had the space that I needed and everything.
Amen.
So it was okay.
So
it was okay.
6 weeks.
Y'all got another announcement y'all want to make on the podcast?
What else is happening?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all got another one y'all want?
Harp or something.
Oh yeah, come on.
B,
Let's go.
relax.
After 6 weeks.
Relax. Relax.
She can't hear
He
the
wasn't
music.
even talking about that.
So no, I got you. And then in terms of y'all two, in terms of obviously musically and the videos and all of that, what was kind of y'all mindset? Because we've talked a lot over the last few months on the podcast just about how do you adapt, right? And I see you getting hit up by celebrities and all kind of people like, yo, I'm struggling to make stuff happen during the quarantine.
DMs,
what mode did y'all go into during that time?
So right pre-quarantine, you know, we good?
Yeah.
Pre-quarantine, you know, we kind of was taking like a new direction. We doing a lot of in-house work. We looking at, you know, the spaces that we have that we need to fill. We trying to make calendars. We doing all of this. And then we finally we spend like 2 or 3 months on this. And then we get the calendar, we get the calendar right. We getting ready to start executing the calendar. And then the world shut down. And so, world. I mean, and this is king to how we've always operated. Like, you know, when you're doing what you feel like you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it, if something happened, you don't take it personal. You're like, oh, okay, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So in our mind, we like, oh, God was saying, like, bump the calendar, like, continue to do what I told you to do. Mm-hmm. So we go straight back into, all right, y'all gonna get something every week.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, for people that's new on the team, it might be like, you know what I'm saying, headache, like, oh my God, we gotta put something out every week. But I'm like, oh, we back in the bag.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's real simple for me now. Just tell me what the idea is. We gonna make the song, we gonna make the video, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's done. And it just so happens that, like, you know, this moment is lining up with what we've always and already been doing.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is the music that we've always made. This is how we've always felt about things.
Right.
So we didn't do anything special. In actuality, we went back to square one, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And it was way more convenient because this is what we was used to with just rapping and stuff and being on the couch. Like, we back at the crib. Now we don't got to travel to do these illustrious videos. We can do it right from the comfort of our crib. Right. I'm like, we about to turn all the way up.
Back to the roots.
Yeah. And so quarantine was already it was already in us. So all this, I feel like the world didn't have to adjust to live the way that we live now.
All right, let's get out the humble bag and get into the celebrity bag.
Oh man!
So Toby calls me the other day.
Let's go.
Look. He said, "Yo, I'm about to do a podcast, a little bigger than ours, but you know what I'm saying."
Oh, no question.
He said, "I said, I know you coming to do Secret to Success." He said, "No.
Bump it! I got the secret.
I'm going to Dave Chappelle house. And I'm about to be on the podcast with Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Mos Def.
Oh, that's much bigger.
And Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
And Talib Kweli.
And Questlove.
Okay.
And Prize from the Fugees.
Okay.
Let's go. Keep it going.
Hold on.
And
Andrew
at least
Yang,
he came
who ran
back
for
to us,
president.
though.
Exactly.
He could have left us forever.
No doubt.
All I'm trying to say is this is a monumental moment. Yeah. Y'all have been from where y'all started to now. Let us little people in on like what's it like to now be recognized amongst the biggest and best names in comedy, music, entertainment, sports. We see you're training with professional boxers. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tarlo.
Right.
We out here in these streets.
I'm like
these celeb streets.
You know what I'm saying? What? Nah, just, you know, for us people who just still on earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Let us know what it's like to be around the who's who.
Oh, man, listen, let me tell you something. It's beautiful to see people operating in their level of greatness and what it is that they do. And it's the craziest thing that I start with being around Dave Chappelle and that whole group that I just listed. It's like seeing a whole bunch of Jordans in what it is that they do. Mm-hmm. So for the most part of the whole podcast, I'm just sitting there. Like when y'all first started bringing me on the podcast, I was just really there just shutting up and just listening and just trying to soak it all in while they was talking, just because the main thing I thought while they was talking and I was in a room with the mic and the headset was literally, bro, how
the blank.
This still a G-rated podcast.
G-rated podcast. I was just like, yo, how did I get here?
Yeah.
How did I get here with all these
giants?
Giants.
Yeah.
And Dave, and like, this is the thing. Dave is a giant, but he's still just like, he like us though. So when he
tell us more, what's he really like? Does he tell jokes at dinner? Is he really that funny in real life?
Oh, hilarious. Oh, bro, hilarious.
Hey, baby.
And
got my goddaughter. We done woke my goddaughter up.
Dave got the same type of for real, like humble spirit, like E got. Like when we came, he had a table with a whole bunch of just, you know what I'm saying, big names. When we first got to his dinner, when he seen us, he literally got up from the table and was like, "Oh man, get the." He said, "I didn't say it," because we had Baby Fat with us. He said, "But you know what I want. You know what I wanted to say."
Yeah.
He was just like, "Man, I can't believe y'all came, man. I'm so happy to see y'all, man. Man, it's so good to have y'all here, man. I love y'all."
Yeah.
And like sat with us, talked with us, like just left his whole table.
Wow.
Came to us, and I'm just like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
A little old Wigwee Grant crew. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just beautiful, man. And
Y'all
then
got to perform, right?
oh,
Perform?
definitely. Here, she about to lose her mind a little bit. All right, so
all
yeah,
good. Keep it natural.
Got to perform. Like 2 days in a row. Have dinner, chill, hang out, kayak, man. Really just.
Oh, y'all was kayaking?
Hey, you knew she wasn't gonna let that go. You knew she wasn't gonna let that go.
Hey, Dave, you go faster. Speed up, Dave.
Nah, to be honest, I'll be honest though. Talib Kweli, low key, he could be a professional kayaker on the low.
All right, that's enough. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Oh, that's enough.
But when we was out there, Corey was literally bumping into everybody with his kayak. I'm talking about driving. Absolutely. Corey splashing water into people kayak. My bad. My bad. I was trying not to bump you.
Yeah, Corey not built for kayaking now. You know what I'm saying? Corey a big D lineman.
Right.
We don't belong in kayaks. But here, and I'll bring everybody in on the conversation now, because where I wanted to get to is, you know, you said it, right? And I'm being funny, but, you know, you sat there, you like, yo, how am I in the room with all these people? You know, and if you look around, literally, you know, one of the things that we always harp on is, yo, when you operate in your level of greatness, like it doesn't matter what profession you are in, what you do. Like you could be the best chef in the world. You could have a ministry that teaches women entrepreneurship, like Tiff, that just is crazy. You end up in the room with the greats. And I think one of the things that people do is, and anybody can get in on this, Maul, you said it the other day. What did you say? You said people try to be famous before they successful. You know, and I was like, dang, it hit me. You could speak to it. I don't want to steal your thunder because you said it, but you hit me like, dog, I think the problem with this world, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's just everybody, man, Instagram, right?
100%.
Everybody try to be that person that people see on Instagram without being that person in real life.
Yeah.
And like, really, that's why a lot of people was asking me like, man, how long you had Instagram? I was like, bro, I just had a little bit over a year now.
Yeah.
And they like, well, man, you've been doing what you've been doing for how long? For 20 years.
20.
Without Instagram?
Without Instagram.
Can you do that?
Without Facebook.
Can you do that?
If you successful and it ain't on Instagram, it's like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
Right.
Are you really successful if we didn't see it on the ground?
Yeah.
So everybody was asking like, man, how come you wasn't posting stuff like those last 20 years or whenever Instagram and Facebook first came out? I was like, because everything that I've accomplished back in the day, I'm still not where I want to be.
Yeah.
So you might see them things as little accomplishments or whatever, and you might post on it, you might brag on it, you might show that off. But bro, this is where I'm just starting out.
Yeah.
Like if you knew in my head where I'm gonna go, then you wouldn't be celebrating really what I've already accomplished. And so that's why you so much on Instagram posting and you ain't even really had no real success yet.
Yeah.
But you posting it because this is it for you. This is the end of the road.
Yeah.
So therefore you showing people everything that you went through because this is it for you. This is the last, this is it.
That's it.
But as far as for me, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what I'm saying. People, man, they build themselves on Instagram before they actually build themselves in real life.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, he always used to say, I don't know who quote it was originally, but he would say, hustle till you no longer have to introduce yourself.
Absolutely.
And I used to be like, man, that's real. But like, you know, there's people out there and you listen and you want to be in certain circles, but you don't want to become great. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who don't want to be in the room with Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart and everybody else?
Yep.
But you're putting that above the work. And what I love about y'all's success is y'all have put in the work to the point now where you're getting invited to these tables. Like you don't even have to, like when you put in that level of work, you don't even have to call and say, can I please hey, can I be, I want to come, can I? Like, people will call you, and it's a good feeling now, I'm sure, for y'all, as it was for us as we start, making moves. Tiff, I'm sure for you, you know what I'm saying, as you making moves in your circles, like, people want you around now, and it's crazy. Like, Dave Chappelle, not a musician. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're not even a comedian, but yet you're there with him because of the greatness. E, I'll let you jump in on that, but I know you always talk to us about, like, I remember back in the day, it'd be like, E would be like, yeah, my homie knows such and such, like a star or something, and they having dinner, and E would be like, oh, I don't want to go. And I used to be like, yo, what? Somebody gonna be there. He like, it ain't our invitation.
Yeah.
And E, you could talk about that mindset of just like, yo, until it's ours, I'm good.
Yeah, no. I think, man, and Tyler Perry, he said something last year. I try to, catch, little nuggets here and there. But he was like, he had gotten to a point where it's like, and I don't know if it's the Oscars, y'all got to forgive me. I don't know what arena he's in, but, maybe it's like you win an Oscar if he does what he does.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
BET Awards.
Oh, no. I'm saying, no, he was talking about getting invited. You know what I'm saying? Like to the Oscars or whatever. Yeah, he was just saying
that you talking about the speech he made?
Yeah, that
was at the BET Awards.
No, I'm saying though he was talking about, getting invited, and he was just saying.
I want to make sure the listeners got the right information.
Yeah. No, he was talking about the fact that he may never get invited, and he had got to a point where it was like, yo, create your own table, create your own Oscars, right? And I think that's the message that I want young people to take away. It's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the crew that I run with, I love so much that I'd rather be with them than be with a stranger who's a celebrity. 100%. Like, what are we doing? I don't even know you like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you a celebrity in whatever field you in, but I'm still at your table as an outsider. You feel me? So I think too many of us worship people that other people worship, and we don't worship the people that's in our own circle.
Man,
like, we got a table. Why we got to go to their table when we got our own table? We got our own crew. And to like what Tobe said, Nell, tell you for real, I saw Nell like, what? I was like, is that Nell? And I was like, oh, I was hurt that I was working. I couldn't run downstairs and show love. You know what I'm saying? To me, that was disrespectful, being upstairs and bowing. I was like, man, I want to go downstairs, but I'm working, And so for me, it's like that feeling that I get when I see my people, I guarantee you a feeling of, and I ain't gonna say no names, I'm gonna be respectful, but I've had people, call me like, E, come through. And I'm like, yo, I'm 50. Like, I ain't in my 20s or 30s or 40s no more. I'm 50 though.
No. He literally had,
I'm 50.
Hey, he literally had like one of the most influential people in the world. Like, hey, come by the crib by
like I'm
7
50,
o'clock.
bro.
I was like,
I'm just
saying,
I don't need no new friends.
Like, nah, we good. Like, wait.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the rapper said
Ask
it.
if I can go solo.
The rapper said it, and kids sing it. I don't need no new friends. I'm like, yo, I feel my man. Drake, right? I don't need no new friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not 100% sure if we even share the same values. So I'm not necessarily trying to even, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be disrespectful. You the woman, you the man. Hey, much respect. Like, I look up to you the whole night. Like, I ain't tripping, but I'm saying I got my own table with my own people. And you know what I'm saying? And we got a table that we blessing the world with. So when I read the article, I was like, ooh, I think you sent it or Leslie sent me the article, but I didn't get it on with Tobe. I didn't get it.
Oh, the New York Times.
I didn't get it from the New York Times. They sent it to me. They sent it straight to me. And I read it and was like, whoa. I saw like the feature boy, the pic with Tobe, with I don't know what hue or green they've been rocking and doing, but whatever that hue is whatever that hue or green is, they killing
got that
it.
PhD.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I read it, I was just like, yo, I know Tobe. Like, I know Tobe, like, and again, no disrespect, but, when he was, when he was A-Leaf, and he was doing the skits and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Impoverished.
And I mean, and they all still there. Everybody that was there is still there. Jeff's still there. Nell, I met Nell. She was teaching. She was doing her thing. Like literally, she came out. I remember seeing her coming out with her class. She had her class, and we was doing our thing. And I was just like, yo, these real people. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I remember the first time we met Fat on Jada's birthday at the Grand Lux. You know what I'm saying? And we sitting there, and she She say she did, but she had some color in her hair. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what color it was, but it was a color. Yeah, I promise you it was a color.
She was wearing
it was something. You was something. I don't know what it was.
It was
you
a
know
hue.
what I'm saying? I don't know what it was.
It was a hue. You had a hue.
And so I got my own table. So I don't need to.
I got my own table.
Yeah, I don't need to go to other people's table.
So that's a good segue into this. But what in terms of a team, because again, we've all been like equally a part of each other's success, and like you said it, like yo, you got people around you that are doing things, but you don't want to show them no love. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's weird. Like you'll go buy a shirt from your favorite celebrity, but you won't buy your friend's shirt, or y'all won't work together to get on. What do you think that mentality, Tiffany? That's a good question for you because you got a lot of followers and people rock with you. But why wouldn't people follow their own inner circle and try to get their own inner circle to the next level as opposed to going investing so much outside your community? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and why haven't you bought a hoodie from me, Tiffany?
No.
Give the mic back to Nell. Give the mic back to Nell. How many women produce shirts? Give the mic back to Nell.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, get the camera on that.
That's right. I think we need to talk about the root of jealousy and envy.
Wow.
Which are two different things. Jealousy and envy are two different things.
Yeah.
And I think that when you are just poor in your emotions and your emotional state and you're surrounded by people, that jealousy and envy is going to rise up in you because it's lying dormant.
What's the difference
you don't
between
even know.
Jealousy and envy, seriously. For those, I don't know the difference. I thought it was the same thing.
Jealousy is like when you want something that somebody has.
Right.
Envy is when you don't want what somebody has, but you want who they are. If that makes sense.
That's the next level.
Yeah.
You just want to be the person.
Yeah.
I'll
give you an example. The woman that killed Selena.
Yeah.
She wasn't jealous of Selena. She had envy. She didn't care about, she didn't want what she had because she didn't think she could be Selena. Like she couldn't dance like that. She wanted to be Selena. Wow. So she had envy. She didn't have jealousy. And so when you're around people like that, people don't want to put you on. They don't want you. They don't want to see you do better than them. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we've had this conversation before. When you're around people, like I've been around people that when I used to be poor, I'm balling now.
Balling with a B. Hit a button. What's the button for that? Yeah. What's the button for that?
Look, I don't have nothing for it. Let me give you just the heart. You know what I'm saying? Balling. You know what I'm saying?
But when I was poor, I would be around people that made a lot of money, and then when I was in a position that I made a little bit more money than they did, emotions change. People feel a little different type of way. I know for me, because I don't like that feeling, I made sure that whoever I was around, because I'm around people that don't make a lot of money and I'm around people that make a lot of money. And I try to treat everybody the same way, no matter what. But ultimately, even my friends that don't have for instance, I have a friend that just graduated real estate school. And I was like, I'm going to wait to buy my house till you graduate because I'm giving that sale to you. You see what I'm saying? So in every area of my friend's life, I do what I can to put them on, but they already got to be doing something because I also have some loser friends. You know what I'm saying? That aren't doing anything and don't want to do nothing. And I'm not friends with them because of their desired ambition. I'm friends with them because I like them. They have good hearts, but they're also really lazy. So I'm not going to try to put you on, right? Because I would have to sustain your success because you don't have it in you to sustain for yourself and I can't work for you. So the friends that I have that are already doing stuff and they already have the momentum going, I'm doing what I can to put you in a position with my influence so that we can all get to the top because then we can all be balling.
We can all be balling.
Which is the go? Go ahead, Toby. You look like you was about to comment on that.
Oh, no. I was just going to say that's wild because I don't have no loser friends.
You did?
You have relationships with people.
Yeah, when I was a loser. I thought I was a loser. I behaved as a loser. But then when I started...
When I became...
I put away.
So I still have, when I say loser...
Yeah.
Please define that.
I know what that means.
I do mean loser.
Right.
Well, she got close to it. Somebody
not winning.
Somebody listen to the podcast, asking themselves, trying to figure out.
That loser friend.
Say it one more time. They know who they are. Say it one more time. They're not ashamed. We've had these conversations. When I say loser, I mean just not winning.
Yeah, no
I
question.
think that's what everybody means.
Right.
No.
Right.
Not winning.
Because loser feels different. Like you just a loser, but I mean you're just not winning, right? And there are some people who don't have that they just don't have that fight to win. They don't have the capacity to win. So it's not like, but I do have them, and I don't have no desire to let them go because they're my friends.
And sometimes they could be winning. They could be winning in their own right. They just not winning. They just not winning in the game.
That's not what she's saying, Ma.
I'm trying to clean it up. I'm trying to clean it up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mom,
We need to do a podcast.
Put on timeout with the podcast.
What you say? You say reposition because some people they heard about letting them go all the way. That'll shift their spirit. But you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. Though.
You know, I get what she's saying.
Yeah, no, that is. But again, and it's tough. It's tough when you're operating at a certain level, to hold on to individuals who don't operate at that level, and it can drive a wedge even if you don't intend to drive it to drive a wedge. Like I'm gonna tell you about the wedge that was drove between me and Toby. You know what I'm saying? I was operating at the highest of levels. You know what I'm saying?
This is where Fat don't like him.
This is my way.
This is the part where Fat don't like him.
No, right.
Oh, so this the reason?
This is the part right here.
Can we finally tell the story of me and Fat relationship? Because we had a great relationship at one point.
Until she started hearing you on speakerphone.
Hey, listen. So let me say this. So we went down to Houston. And they were dating, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay. Me and Kansas got married, so we was kind of like the big homie couple. You know what I'm saying? And, everything was cool. And then I told Toby he should start rapping. Y'all know the story. I don't got to get into all that. But then I started Joe Jacksoning. And I noticed, like, when I was coming around, Fat wasn't quite as warm as she had been when I was there before. I'd be like, what's up, Fat? She was kind of like,
what up, Joe Jackson?
See you hit her with all the love. Fat, okay, what's up, Fat? She'd be like,
hold on. But let me tell you what else I started noticing. I started noticing that every time I would call Toby, he would walk out the room. You could tell when somebody like, hold on, let me just go. I hear the car like, ding, ding. I'm like, yo, why?
It's just
every
on the
time
phone.
And so, unbeknownst to me, you know what I'm saying? Toby, I don't know if y'all know. First of all, Toby foul because he one of them people who automatically had you on speaker when you call. You talking for 10 minutes and then you like, oh, it's 7 other people in the room. You're like, yo, like for real. And police emoji. That's when I had to use Marby sending me police emoji. Come on, that's the feds right there.
Right.
So I tell Toby, I'm like, so now when Toby, every time I call Toby, now I gotta be like, you alone? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I got some things on my mind. I might not want to
I'm by myself, man. Who else would I be with?
But anyway, apparently, this was back when he had me on speakerphone all the time and let Fat talk because this, this is
Fat,
when.
Please.
Yeah, come on, Fat. What happened? You
Hey, tell the truth and shame the devil.
You know what I'm saying?
But I didn't, and I'll justify that in a second because because we done had this conversation before and y'all didn't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
But he would be on the phone like going ham on Toby, like yelling, just like completely like just. Like seriously,
really.
Toby, sit back.
Sit back.
No.
Just like that right there.
Yes, he was. He was going ham on the phone. And I didn't want to hear that because this is how I'm going to tell you because every time you say something about it, I always say I really didn't have a problem with it. And that's the truth because I never told Toby, you need to tell him to stop. I never said that. I said I don't want to hear it because I know who
Give me
I
off speaker.
am. And it disrupts
What
my
did it make
spirit.
you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I don't take well to the aggression.
Yeah.
I don't take well to the aggression. I either retreat or I like get pissed and like irate. And it was a couple of times.
I wish you would have got pissed at him with me.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? You should have been on my side. Toby was handling his business. We both should have went in on it.
The first part, that's her personality. But the second part is, you know what I'm saying? She day to day with my man. So she's seeing everything that he doing.
So all the goofiness up close. I'm thinking she should be more pissed than I am.
Hey, Joe, you going back there holding my breath.
I'm saying, yes, I did. But I saw it as all of the energy he's putting out, like to get this done, and him like making adjustments and doing all those things that you're telling him to do. So I knew that he did needed to hear what you were saying, but I didn't need to hear it because it was disturbing my spirit. And so I would tell him, just don't let me hear it. But I never told him like you need to check him or you need to tell him to stop. No, because I knew he needed direction.
I'll be honest.
He did need direction.
You did tell me. you need to tell him he don't need to talk to you like that.
Well, maybe she did it once, but he called you. But he called you every day.
But that's even a difference, though.
Once, but he called every day on it.
That's even a difference, though. I'll be like, because I feel like you can communicate stuff without yelling. I feel like it's very possible, but some people just don't. Football people don't. Football people don't do that, but I never said that he needs to stop. I probably did say he can adjust the way he talks.
Yeah, the tone.
I'm just saying, I wish Didi would have responded like that. Didi calling CJ to call me.
Yeah, to get something started.
Talk to
She
him
like, you
right
need to
now.
whoop his head real quick.
Oh, no, don't get it twisted. I just told him the other day if he ever tried to do something, I know exactly who to go
Oh,
to.
no doubt.
Yeah.
And I got you.
I said, I'm going to E first, I'm going to C, and then if it don't work, I'm going to the
Oh, no,
public.
no. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to go to the public. You ain't got to go to the public. I promise you that.
Hey, fellas, before you go to the public, come on to the police. we make sure Tommy, you know what I'm saying? I still know a little.
There's 3 levels to this.
Right.
Oh, I promise you.
We always say.
We going to the
promise
OG first.
Yeah, no, and I was just talking about that because you're right though. I have calmed down as I've gotten older and I've had children
No,
of
you've
my
gone.
own.
No.
Tell me, do you agree?
No. What's happened is he's gone through me. He's gone through Toby, so he don't have as much left in him as he had before.
I don't know. We got a different kind of relationship. He ain't tried it.
No. Hold on. No, you want to
It's
know
different
why?
because you were already experiencing what you was doing.
No. Listen,
We will never
listen.
know.
Let me tell y'all something. No. Let me tell y'all something. You know why me and Maul don't never have static? Even though I had to coach him, Maul is the most coachable human being I ever met in my life.
Now, Maul, coach.
No, Maul, listen.
You're not coachable.
Maul would never. He's not coachable.
If I'm not coachable, how did we succeed?
No, that's why I had to go in like that. Yeah, that's what.
That's
they
a
definitely the
different.
same
That's just a
person.
different strategy
definitely
to
the same
coach.
person.
No. You ended up being coachable. I'm saying Maul from the cup was like, what I got to do. He was like, I'm a blank canvas, bro. Tell me what to do. I got it. I would be like, yo, work on your speech like this. He would do it exactly to the T.
Oh, so
And
that's
we
it
never
right
really had
there.
conflict.
He would do exactly to the T.
So I would,
This is how you go to rap.
So what's my coach? What's my
Oh, 0.
What you mean?
where I'm at?
Your coachability? Oh, Tip, you a wild card, Tip. No,
Wild
nobody know. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go back though. This is why you've been on podcast punishment.
Hey,
You're a wild card. You're a wild card.
he said you was on podcast punishment. Hey.
Yeah. You are a wild card.
But look though, it's so funny because, but I did calm down. But look, I knew again, Toby was an athlete, and I know how we respond to pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're an athlete, you respond to pressure. So I wasn't doing it for me. I was really doing it for him. You know what I'm saying? So like me going off, it wasn't about me going
It's
off.
gonna hurt
it's like,
me more than hurt you.
No question.
Definitely.
But I'm saying he used a different style of leadership with me. I don't know why he never really got on me like that. Like maybe you could talk to. You always kind of used the like. I ain't gonna say. I'm trying to think of how he would more try to just lead me character wise. You know what I'm saying? He never really pushed me. You could talk about why your style wasn't as aggressive. I don't know where I picked up that aggressive because he wasn't aggressive with me at all.
No, I don't. I think LaShawna's probably the only person that I've ever really been aggressive with. That's about the only person I've had to go in like that, and it's because she's you and Toe, but she's also emotional. So I've had to like kind of just go there. But for me, I just feel like all of y'all are talented, and so all I got to do is give y'all some direction because y'all talented and y'all gonna blow up. I just got to make sure that y'all ego is in the right place. So when you blow up, your ego don't take you down the wrong path. But no, y'all all.
We were worried about Toby for a minute. He called me and was like, hey, what you think about Toby? He looked like he on the kayak with Dave Chappelle. We might have to get him up off the kayak, see what you think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no doubt. No. So again, it was tough love, and me and Fat are best friends now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when she was taking me through a tour through the house, I was just looking at her like, well, you know what I'm saying? It worked out. I'm sorry you had to endure a couple months of, excruciating yelling, but we here now. Man, real quick, man, I want to shift the energy one more time. Man, nifty. My brother turning 50.
Oh man,
I'm
that's
not gonna
pure
lie. I
old
wanted
head
to
language.
like.
Let me tell you something.
too. I was like,
that's
nifty,
something that only
nifty,
old
nifty.
heads know.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said nifty. We was all like,
Nifty.
I know exactly what he meant.
Nifty.
I could try to play like I did,
Nifty,
but I know
nifty.
exactly what he meant.
Look who's 50. Yeah, look, he was like,
know
oh, there he
exactly
come. Nah, real quick, and before we let E talk, what I want to do is I want everybody to share, starting with Carl. We're going to work our way this way.
That's good.
You could share a fun, it don't have to be your most enlightening moment because that gets boring. Who cares? Or it can be your most enlightening moment.
That's C being C.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
Corey, you still got some
personally-
napkins. My allergies is over here.
Yeah.
I feel my allergies over here.
But 50 is a big deal. We were supposed to be in Hawaii or something, but Corona messed us up, so we're going to Hawaii later. But I had like this vision of what I was going to do for your 50th, and that got killed. And then he been acting weird all week, like about like people and like, like whatever. But anyway, I figured since it's the podcast, man, shout out to all 100,000 of y'all listening. I know y'all respect E and love him. And 50 is a milestone, man. It really is. Like 50 years old. You know, you start thinking about 40, 50, like those milestones. Shout out to my pops, too. Happy birthday. He just turned 64 yesterday.
Hey.
64 is like,
Another
you know what I'm saying?
milestone.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's a young man.
Pops looking good. But
I'd be remiss if I say, didn't say, man, shout out Dave Chappelle. Who's
Dave birthday, too.
Big bro
birthday.
Shout out to Big
brother, family.
You know what I'm saying?
Big bro.
Exactly.
Nah, he good.
So again, you share whatever moment you want to share, and we'll work from this side. But obviously, man, our fearless leader, you know what I'm saying? You know, he don't be liking the moments when it's about him. He always want to look out for everybody else, but this one's about you. So, Carl, I put you on the spot first.
Cue the music. It's so many, man, but I'm going to start with one of the earliest ones, Ian. This is when Tamisha and I were in the apartment. And I'm talking about we ain't had nothing, bro. I'm, a college student. Tamisha just moved up here. We're just trying to figure stuff out. And I'm about to literally, I'm just trying to clean the apartment. I was like, crap, we ain't got no vacuum. And I was like, can I use your vacuum for a second? And he was like, bet. He brought it over. I'm vacuuming the house. Boom, gave it back to him. The next morning, I woke up and there was a brand new vacuum cleaner outside the door. And I was just like, wow. Like, you talk about, we talk about servant leadership. So, and I could talk to E here. I ain't got to talk about you. I'm talking to Ben.
Look him in his eyes.
Look
him in his eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
E, roll your chair over there by Carl. Look him in his eyes. Yep.
Let's blow you a kiss. No, but
I
I'm
still got a brand, y'all. Don't mess up my brand. They think I'm a thug. Don't mess up my brand.
Hey, but on some real, man, that's just something like for real. And I grew up in the Caribbean, so me borrowing your vacuum cleaner, it was nothing. But to see you take that next level, not just to bring it, oh wow, he brought it for me, I had to go over there and get it. But then the next day, a brand new one. And let me say this, the one I got looked better than the one he got. He bought me one that I don't know what brand it was, but it looked better than the model he got. It was bigger, it sounded louder. I don't know what it was, but E, I just want to let you know, man, for real. Like I said, this has been 15 years. That's probably one of the smallest of many, but I could go down countless stories of that, man. But dude, 50, I can't wait to see 150. This can't end no time soon.
Oh, no question.
At all.
Tiff, this might be your last podcast. Make it good.
Make it a good one.
You going back on probation.
Make it a good one.
You said kill everybody.
I've been on my best behavior.
Bring it back. You can bring it back right now. You're wild card.
For E's 50th birthday, I want to be put off of podcast punishment.
You gotta stop saying stuff like kill everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
For E's birthday, take me off punishment.
Okay. All right. Come on. Your ET moment, memory.
Yeah, somebody asked me on my live, they actually asked me what my most impactful moment being around E was. And literally for me, E has restored my faith in men in general. And that was one of the most important things that I needed in my life. Just
what I do for that restoration.
That's another podcast.
You are a part of it, but I just wanted to give E the shine.
Okay, yeah.
Different podcast.
It's his birthday. I forgot it's his birthday.
But to be honest, it's all of y'all, right?
Okay.
You, Josh, Maul, C, everybody. Told.
I like
right?
that.
Yeah, you didn't throw that sympathy Toby in there.
Yeah, Toby's at the table.
I know about
Told.
I was like, dang.
Hey, y'all.
Everybody at the table, sure.
It's supposed to be serious. Come on.
But
you
no, it's
restored your
everybody.
faith in men.
It's restored my faith in men, meaning I grew up watching all men did was cheat. And I was taught by the men that were leaders in my life that all men cheated. Somebody verbally said that to me. And it was a man that was like a family member, like that taught me about men, told me that. And so imagine being a young girl growing up only expecting to see men do that all the time, but knowing inside it's got to be one human being on earth that don't, it just can't be. Like it just, one person on earth can't do it. And when God like just brought me into this circle and I watched, I think what people see on the outside is E, which is dope. But I think the beauty of it is that I get to see privately. And I hear a lot of people say, you know, when we see a lot of people falling these days and a lot of adultery, leadership being like exposed and all of that. And they're like, they're human, give them chances. And I'm like, yo, I'm around E. And E is human. And I'm around him in private. And the level of integrity and the level of honor and the level of service and the level of a man that loves God, a praying man, like that was medicine for me. In a way that I can't really explain, like in words.
Man, praise God.
I'm a cry.
Yeah, me too. But that's why I said.
That's deep.
But
That's deep. No, that's deep.
that was medicine
That's
for
deep.
me, so I appreciate
that's
it.
deep.
Yeah, praise God.
Dr. King, did he restore your
Dr.
faith
King.
in men?
Dr. King.
And you better not say. And you better not say yes. Get him Tommy if he say yes.
My faith too has been restored.
Well, since we're going around the table giving testimonies.
You know what I'm saying? Come on,
No,
dog.
but actually, I will say this, man.
You crying? Oh, I just seen you. I just seen you.
Allergies, baby.
Tiff got it.
Michigan.
You on
Ask
only
Carl,
round
hey,
three.
ask Carl about your allergies in Michigan.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's the allergies. Yeah. Okay, come on.
Well, no, man. E has been speaking to my life. And I don't even know if you know this. You know, he's been speaking a word in my life since the first time I met him 6 years ago. Right? The first time I met him, and it take Camille to get a story. The first time I met E, I'm talking about within 2 minutes, he was like, man, it was at the conference, right, in Hartford, Connecticut. And he was just like, man, who you here with who you here with? I was like, that's my son right there. And then he was like, I said, yeah, my wife got us tickets. And he was like, where your wife at? And I was like, oh man, she couldn't make it, man. She working at the daycares in Chicago. She had to be there for that. And you was like, well, man, let's make a video for her. That was in like the first 2 minutes. That was our conversation. C held my phone. Now keep in mind, they don't know me, right? This is the first time ever meeting. Now we done been in hundreds of videos together, tons of conferences, podcasts. And the very first 2 minutes that I met him, I'm on camera with him. Still got the video. We could probably put it up. CJ was holding my camera. E was like, hey, come on in the video with me. And it was me, it was my son, Vontrell, and it was E. Camille said she said the smile on my face on that video, she said she saw me smiling like never before. She said she seen a look on my face. And she said, with you in that video with him, she's like, I never seen you look like that. I never seen you smile that hard. And it was crazy because
not a tingle in your eye.
I was like, the tingle in your eye.
Not the tingle. In your eye.
He restored his faith in men.
Yeah, he restored his faith in men at that moment. His faith had been restored.
And so I was like, it was something different. I told him, I said, man, this was weird. I said, I can't explain it. I said, but I felt different.
Yeah.
And then we went on a cruise, right? We went on that the Phenomenal Life cruise.
Yep.
I'm sitting here in the audience, and E was just like, there's hundreds of people out there. And E just was like, hey, Ma. Now, keep in mind, I ain't never been on the stage before, right? He was like, hey, Ma, I'm about to go up on stage in like 2 minutes. I want you to come up there with me. Brought me up on stage with you.
Yeah.
And he was just asking me questions. Fast forward, then we had, what's the other conference we had? Take Control. And then that's when I was done doing a question and answering. And then I started doing just my Keys to the Kingdom.
Yep.
And I remember when you was like, you came up there and you was just like, man, Ma, you was like, you good in real estate, but you was like, bruh, speaking is your gift. This is your gift. You spoke a word, man. You've been speaking a word in my life, bro.
He said that to you.
I did.
You, brother,
I did. This was like 8 months before you said it.
He just realized it. But he just realized it. But
Yeah, he came a little later.
But that's
He was
why
like, you actually pretty good. I noticed you've been speaking with us for a year now.
He was like, CJ, Jamal really cares. This is after the 10th conference.
Exactly.
But you've been speaking, but bro, I've been speaking words in people's lives for so long in my circle, man. But it's refreshing to actually be connected with other brothers, man. And somebody else to actually speak a word, man. Another godly man. Another man, you're an example, bro. Person that love his wife. That love not just his wife, but you love your brothers, man. You love everybody that comes in your circle. You walk different. You talk different. And you love different. And so, man, that's just what I will always remember. I'm always grateful for, bro. And I love you for that, man.
too, bro.
Yeah, real. That's real. Yeah. Yeah, come on, Fat. What you got? Yeah, unless you ain't got nothing.
She
Fat
might
was looking
not,
like skip me.
Because she's still debating me about that hair, boy.
No, I don't say a lot when I'm around E and Didi. I kind of like just observe and, soak in all that I can. So for me to tell y'all what E has done for me is to know like a little bit about where I come from. And that's, I was raised in a single parent household, Black mom raising 6 kids by herself. So I never saw the dynamic of a wife and a husband. And so as a young woman growing up, I only saw a strong woman doing it. And so to see a Black man actually to see how he actually treats his wife with integrity, character, and just love and patience and just being attentive to her needs and all those things. I saw that through E because I didn't have a dad because he died at a young age. And so it's really threefold. Me seeing him, how he treats his wife, how he treats Didi, how he's been one of the biggest influences in my husband's life, how my husband models his behavior because he saw a man of integrity in his life. That's huge because now he treats me how you treat Didi. You understand? And so it's
not better.
Hush
You
Toby.
young, bro. You got a couple
Talking about
years.
not better? Not better?
Years.
And so is that, it's me seeing that, it's what you've done for my husband. And I was just telling Nell and Corey this, my brother he's literally legally blind. Like legally blind. And I'm so proud of him. He has now his own business. He's making money. He owns 3 properties.
Let's go.
And it started because he listens to you every morning. Every day he listened to you. And he's like, when he found out like Toby was under you, he was like, yo, E.T., I've been listening to him for years. Like he could be another statistic. He can't see out of one eye and the other eye is impaired. But he didn't let that stop him because of you. You know what I mean? And the motivation that you give to him. So I don't say a lot when I'm around, but you've changed a lot in my life. So I
Thank you for starting on this side.
Right.
Nell.
Absolute trash. Absolute trash. So I grew up in a 2-parent home. I grew up in very privileged situations in the fact that I've always had men around me, you know what I'm saying, to provide safety, to provide safe spaces, to build confidence. But when you become an adult woman, and you leave and cleave to your husband, and then you have to enter out into this work world, into this workforce, and you like, yo, they so trash out here. They just trash. So now I linked up with Tobe and Tobe is cool, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, he's still young. He's still out here trying to do his thing and find who he is. And I'm like, I'm gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna need to know what we getting to, where we going, if I'm gonna be able to rock this out. And it's so crazy that you brought up that moment because, like you said, I'm a high school teacher. We geek that we get to have him at the high school. He comes in. I'm trying to get him set up in like an office where he can chill. And he started like pulling out bleachers. And he just like reminded me like of my dad. And I'm like, okay, like I can go and be safe there. Because, I mean, Toby will tell you, like, y'all, I don't care nothing about nothing. Like, as long as I'm confident in the people that I'm rolling with and I feel safe and I feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing what I'm called to do, that's all I care about. And so to be able to be like under this man's like stewardship, like, and y'all like people just genuinely, I don't know if anybody could genuinely understand how well this man stewards his flock. And then the other thing for me is for the longest time, I thought if you were gonna be a good person, if you was gonna do what God told you to do, you was gonna be broke.
No questions asked.
Like I just automatically assumed I had settled in that, you know what I'm saying?
When Jesus
like
comes,
I'ma live, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'ma live, you know what I'm saying, a middle class life, and like that's gonna be cool, and I'm confident in that. I'm okay with that. And like E is like one of the first people that I'm like, oh snap.
You can love God and ball out.
I can love God.
Let me introduce you to Tiffany. Let me introduce you to Tiffany.
Christ and balling out.
Yeah, right. I'm talking about at a high level. At a high level.
So it's like, I mean, the man is like, he's just such like extreme examples, you know, to be able to sit at a table with you, and eat at the same table with you, you know, and just bring things like, it's just, man, it's no words for that. It's no words for that, man. I love you, man. You've been a blessing to me and my family. No, you know, in short, like because you steward the way you're supposed to steward and you do what you're supposed to do, like my family has like the ability to continue to grow and prosper because you do what you're supposed to do. So yeah.
Tobe chukudu bwemwigwe.
Nah, I just need you to get it right one time.
That wasn't it.
Tobe chuku do bem.
We bam. Plug the tape back. I think I said that.
Just listen to this recording.
All right. Exactly. All right. So I'm gonna start it here now. Here, go down. There you go.
Village.
So I started with. The experience, and then what I've been able to do since then. Let me turn around and look. Nah, I ain't gonna do you like that.
Look into my eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
The tingle, the sweet tingle.
I got you. You'll stop by yourself?
Yeah, stop.
All right, good. So, and Carl can attest to this. The first experience that I had with E and Carl. Well, I'm gonna go to the first experience. Dang, dog, it's hard to choose one. The first experience was calling, and then E saying that, yo, you remind me of a younger version of yourself, and I'm telling them all that we do with the nonprofit organization, and then I tell them that, look, we broke, we ain't got no money to bring them out or nothing like that, and he say, man, since you remind me of me when I was your age, whenever I got something going in Houston, I'm gonna hit you up, give you as much notice as I can, and I'm gonna come out and do what you, you know what I'm saying? So he did that, and when I went to go scoop him and Carl up from the airport, you know what I'm saying, in the, of course, the rental vehicle, because you know what I'm saying.
The Barbie Jeep wasn't quite.
I didn't have a Barbie Jeep at that time. It was a little bit more broken. Pre-Barbie. It was a little bit more broken down than that. Baby fat night. So when we went to the speaking engagement, and then the hotel that night, they only booked them one room. So the room that they booked them, it was me, Carl, and E, and they were both of them. But E specifically was like, "Yo, Toe, you could have the bed. Carl, you could take the what was
like
it?
A little couch in the corner,
like the little
there.
couch situation." He's like, "And I'll sleep on the floor." I'm like, "Dog, you don't." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They hear for
you. I was the shortest one. So the floor.
I'm like, I'm just like, yo, I promise you, I'll go back home,
right,
and then come meet y'all. I don't really gotta stay. No, we don't want to be late. I'm like, you sure you want me? I'm like, dang, my man. I was like, and this is the stuff that don't nobody see.
Yeah,
like he don't got to do this at all, and like it's understandable if you don't want to sleep on the floor. You gotta speak in the morning and all that type of stuff. So that was the first time I ever watched this. And then when we went to sleep, so I slept in the bed, and then when we went to sleep, and I woke up, I woke up to see. I'm like, man, my man's still on the floor. I woke up and he wasn't on the floor.
He was homeless, so that's actually still an upgrade from where he was. Relatively speaking, this was nice accommodations for E at the time.
You know what I'm saying? So I wake up, I don't see him on the floor, and I see Carl over there by the light on the couch. I'm like, oh dang, I'm like, dang, I'm thinking I woke up late. I'm like, oh, he already went to the event. He's like, no. He doing his walk and talk with God. I'm like, man. I was like, I thought that was for the video.
Oh no, for the video.
I was like, man, I thought he did it like every other. I'm like, maybe since he had to sleep on the floor, he might need a little bit of extra rest. My man really got up and I walked outside the hotel door. And he wasn't outside. He was just walking around the hallway. You know how some of the hotels got the one that go all the way around. You can see on the other side.
That was the
I seen him on the other side, but exactly. And I came back in. I was just like, man, I ain't never in my life seen character and integrity at this level. And it's real. And I was like, oh man. So, before that. Before that, it was the videos and I can relate because he's speaking like from where I come from. It's the aggression and all that type of stuff. After that, it ain't have nothing to do with no speaking engagements. Right. It had everything to do with the integrity and the character. And what I've been able to do, for my family, since, or, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen right now. I promise you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on, dog. Let it flow.
See on that light skin right now. I'm on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm on that Kunta Kinte. I'm on Kunta right now. I'm not.
That's for the light skin guy.
But since then, I've been able to like know what's possible for me and my family. I've been able to honor my wife, honor the people in my life the right way because I've seen it and I know it's possible. And my marriage is thriving. Like I got kids. I ain't poor. I'm an entrepreneur. All my people are entrepreneurs now because of relationship with me.
Amen.
Yes, I ain't gonna say no more.
Shout out to Organifi, the superfood green juice powder. I just finished one. That's why I had to use the restroom. Man, I'm getting my gallon a day, gallon of water, and 2 Organifi green juices a day. All right, so you know what it is, man. Organifi. Use the promo code SUCCESS. Get 20% off your order. That's ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS. All right, go there and tell them we sent you. Also, man, super pumped. We got a new sponsor on the podcast. Woo. And man, let me tell you something. They sent us a I wouldn't even want to call it a care package.
Hey.
Just for men, huh?
Just for men right now. Just for men right now.
So listen to this, y'all.
And I'm okay with that.
Here's what's dope about it. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. I am guilty of. I never really go buy like bath products and things for myself, right? I usually just, if my wife got some face cream, some face wash, I'm usually using her stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, grab that. Sometimes I even use her body wash, which kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Fellas, let me tell y'all what's dope. You go online and you take a quiz and they ask you kind of like, what's your face skin type? What's your main face need? Your hair type? How often do you shower? How long is your hair? What's your main hair care need? How old are you? Bar soap or body wash? The best way to describe your ideal body wash. Which kind of deodorant do you use? How do you apply the deodorant? How sweaty are you? How bad is your BO? Listen to me, man. They make you take an entire survey and then they customize a package based around your needs and send that joker straight to you. Listen, I got mine like maybe like Friday, something like that, bro. I've used it every single day. And let me tell you something. They give you 2 options with the cologne boy, to work and to play.
And to play.
Maul said he liked to play. I like to work, to be honest with you.
I like to play.
Okay, no.
What CJ don't know, I put a little bit of the work and the play on at the same time.
CJ don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? CJ don't need to know that, but anyway.
I was playing while I was working, and I was working while I was playing. You feel me? Work hard, play hard.
Shout out to Hawthorne, man, new sponsor of the podcast. Y'all go check them out. Seriously, fellas, get yourself together, dog. It was the easiest process. You just go through, click. The survey take about 2-3 minutes. You click everything, all your needs, man, and they send you a customized package. Carl just showed you Man, I hope
is there a promo code, Carl?
I'm feeling good.
I was telling CJ, I told E about the last question on the doggone thing. Said, are you an extrovert or introvert?
Oh, they on that assessment, that flight assessment.
Extrovert or introvert. And again, there's a science behind this, y'all. And E, I had a call with them, and on the call I was playing with them, I was like, y'all probably got like 3 products, I know, and y'all just get, the survey, everything look cute.
Right.
And all of a sudden, y'all just pop some. Lady was like, oh, no, bro, it's like 50,000 combinations.
Oh,
this
ridiculous.
is not a one-size-fits-all, y'all. So anyway, let me just get the website. It's hawthorne.co, not .com. Hawthorne is HAWTHORNE, right? .co. Hawthorne.co.
Work hard, play hard.
And use the promo code SUCCESS. Same promo code SUCCESS to get 10% off your purchase. But all my males out there, you gotta try this one.
Keep going. We want to see if you break down. We want to see if you break all the way down.
He's restored
This would be better for our ratings, right?
His
If we
faith
can
in
get
men.
Toby to go
I've
full.
restored my
full cry.
faith in men.
Okay. You exposed us though, baby fat. They thought those was like glass.
Okay.
On the camera, they look glass. That sucker hit like. Don't worry about it. I promise you, it's straight.
It's just paper. It's just paper.
You know what, man? Again, y'all know, and I'm gonna go last, but man, you want to talk about a million of them. You know what I mean? Again, I said this a million times. Like, I don't even know why E came into my life. I'm like Nell. My dad was the best dad in the world. I had an older brother, a younger brother. Like, I ain't need no brothers. I ain't need no dad. I ain't think I needed a mentor. But when I saw, again, to Toby's, sentiments, when I saw somebody operating on that level of just character and discipline, I was just like, whoa, I never seen anything like it in my life. And I've told this story at the conference before, but I don't know if I ever told it on a podcast, but this was like, I try to think back because everybody like, yo, you and E been rocking for like 14, 15 years. Y'all never fell out. Never had no fights over money. Like, how did y'all stay together? And it was like, I can think of instances where, like, you talk about somebody credibility, like just going to a whole nother level. And we were in Harlem. And this was still like a big deal for me to be traveling with E and Carl and like the whole crew, right? So we in Harlem and we on Lenox Ave. What church was that? You remember? Ephesus. Yeah, in Harlem, right there on Lenox Ave. We go, so E's preaching that week. And now, mind you, this is pre-E.T. the hip-hop preacher, pre-us blowing up. E was just popping in the Venice, church circuit. You know what I'm saying? So we was hustling around 1,500 for the week, driving. We was doing schools. We was doing everything. So we get to the church and we do a week of prayer. So we there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like all the way to Saturday. So it must have been like Tuesday or Wednesday night, Carl. We been out all day at the schools. We come back, it's like dusk. We go in, he's about to preach. So, it's New York, but we feeling the energy. Like, this might have been like my second time in New York, right? And the energy in New York is like on Lenox Ave. It's just like people coming up the subway. You got the Euro smell in the air. Like, we just all kicking it. And so we out, like the church got a big front porch. And I promise y'all, dude came from, I don't know where he came from, but dude came from out of nowhere. And I promise you, he was bigger than Corey. No joke. Probably about 6'5", 6'6", but about Corey's size with the dreads, everything. Dark-skinned brother. Dude was walking down the street, and I'm talking about like he had his phone out and was like, when I tell you, cussing ain't even the word. My man was like, I'll effing kill you, mother. I'm talking about like going crazy. Me and Carl was like standing on the very first step. And I looked at Carl like, we need to back up. Bro coming down the street, like he's coming like, okay, so let's say we on the porch like this. He's coming from this way. E right there, E, Carl, myself. Me and Carl looked at each other like, bet. We about to head up the steps. So we turn around, head up the steps. I mean, my man looked like he was possessed. I'm not playing. My man was like, something was wrong. Like it wasn't just no average like cuss out. Wife beat her on. He might have some jeans on, Tim's. I'm like, dude was huge, muscles ripping. So me and Carl start retreating up the steps as any sane person would. Bruh, he goes and does just like this, bro. No cap. My man walking right here. He goes and stands in my man's way. He goes and stands in my man's way like this. And my man's walking straight at him. Now he probably like, he's right there. Like, for camera's sake, tell Toby, tell him how far I am. Maybe 10 feet from more?
Yeah, he about 5 feet from all.
Okay. 5 feet, 10 feet.
5 feet, 10 feet.
So look, all right. So dude is still walking towards E, looking pissed. The whole, mind you, this I swear, and Carl, you could tell the truth. The whole streets was buzzing. It was like everything froze. And everybody was looking at my man like, yo, what is going on? And it was almost like a movie where like everything goes dark. And it was my man walking and it was E right in his path. I'm talking about, bruh is huge. I'm like, yo, I looked at Carl, I was like, E about to die. Like, this is it. Like, this the last moment. And Carl I was like, yo, what is he doing? I'm like, yo, hey, woo, woo, woo. You know, you try to like, yo, like, I don't know if you see. He looking right at my man like this. And here he come. Dude comes, put your phone up to your ear, act like you my man. Dude coming towards E, he finally gets to E, and he start looking at E like, why is my man right in my path? E grabs my man's arm like this and was like, hang up the phone. Me and Carl was like, I said, R.I.P. I told Carl, I'm like, look, I'm going to jump on his back. You just gnaw his ankle. I promise you, he about to put his hands on E, or we going to have to do something. No, I'm talking about like my heart about to jump out my chest. So, of course, dude got his hand. He was like, man, who it's you. He was like, hang the phone up, bruh. And grabbed him by both his wrists like this. Dog, and just start praying. And Carl, my man fell to the ground on his knees and was snotting tears. I'm talking about everything. Got back up when E got done praying. E gave my man the strongest hug you ever seen in your life and was like, go in peace. And my man just walked off crying, dog. Everybody was now this is not E.T. the hip-hop priest. He ain't got no clue who E is, nothing. And I remember being like, yo, never in my life have I ever seen anything like that. And I asked E, I was like, dog, what would possess you to even think? And he was like, dog, you think I don't play with this? He was like, dog, like, this is what I do. He was like, see, God gave me this gift to pour into people. You couldn't see my man was sick. I was like, y'all about to say something to him too. I was about to yell at him, yo, God loves you. Jesus saves.
Jesus is the way.
Do you know Christ?
Repent. Go try Jesus.
Try Jesus. And again, to your point, Toby, no cameras around, nobody recording. And he was like, dog, like, see, I'm not playing. Like, this is what I do. God gave me a gift. My man was hurting. Like, bro, he was like, that wasn't no regular anger. Like, my man in pain. Like, he hurt. And this is what I do. So what I look like going up the stairs and getting out my man's way. And I remember, like, again, we'd be here all day if I was to give y'all those type of stories. I mean, I literally got hundreds of them. But that one in particular, I remember that day, Carl and I looked at each other. I couldn't even listen to the message. We went right back in there, preached like nothing ever happened. Whatever. And me and Carl just sat in the back, and I think we both just looked at each other. Carl, you could
dude, there's nothing to explain that. Like, you just witnessed something that... Like a miracle. I'm saying, like flat out miracle. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that was supposed to happen like that. Like that, like you couldn't write that no script and he was dead. He was dead. The way my man was for real. Sure. Like, it's no question about it. But to C's point, to watch he just take command of a situation that looks so deadly. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, like we're not finding this nowhere else.
And for those of y'all who never met E, I know he talked real loud and it seemed like he's 6'6". He is 5'5" and a quarter. With right.
5'5" with brown eyes, smile like the sunrise.
With lift shoes on. But nah, man, again, I could go on and on. Man, I got stories of like E taking $200 out his pocket and giving it to somebody homeless without nobody looking.
See, that was me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. Yeah, that was, oh my bad, that was Toby. Exactly. Yeah, that was Toby. But man, 50. Yeah, I think I met you. You were 30.
32? Oh, 35. You met me in
36.
You met me in what, 2005? I would have been 35,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so 35. Younger than I am now. And then it's been an incredible journey since then. But for you to turn 50, man, and I told E, man, like, dang, with the no smoking, no drinking, E looking like he, you know what I'm saying, 37 and a half. I'm like, man, just again. I say this in all, listen to me. If you out there and you listening, and Toby and I know the rest of the crew will vouch for this. we do consider you the gold standard for not only what a black man is, for what a man is, dog. The amount of character I've seen you operate in over this time, and I just mean with everybody, making sure that, like, for real, you put your family in God first. And people say that all the time, but when I'm telling you, like, he will get on your nerves, he operate so clean. Like it's almost incredible. And again, I say it all the time. Me and Tiff, I think I called Tiff one day and I was like, Tiff, you know what, man? I was like, dude, like all these big time pastors and stuff getting caught up with women. And I was like, Tiff, ain't it crazy? Mind you, he looked like he probably the loosest one because he got the hat and the J's on. He ain't got the suit. So you might be thinking he the one who's supposed to be loose, right? Like he probably the one with a bunch of women in the church. Like I was like, Tiff, you said it. It's possible to do, because I'm talking about somebody who I've been in situations where every single man in the whole room was like, and E, I'll purposely look at E to be like, oh, this one gonna catch E slipping.
100%.
I told I know he was doing that.
Bro, I'm looking right at him.
Oh, every
and
time.
I told him something a long time ago. I said, what I tell you? If you and Didi ever what?
Divorce, you know you done with
I'm
that.
done. I'm gonna tell Candace right then. I'm sorry, boo. I can't do it. That marriage is not meant to be. I'm sorry. I know we cool right now. I know everything is perfect in our marriage, but that's it. And again, man, so 50, man, congratulations. We love you. Let me hit my applause button real quick. You know what I'm saying? 50 years old. The floor is yours, my friend.
But I do want to say this, man, especially there might be some of them dudes that y'all talking about cheating or whatever out there.
Get that camera closer to E. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. Let's get him. Yeah, come on, E.
Close, man. This monumental. This will never happen again.
Like, for real, don't judge. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what they're going through, meaning I know how they feel. Like, temptation is real. And I think the only difference for people who are trying to live above who they are, because I ain't none of the stuff y'all said, but what I am is I know that there's a group of people looking up to me, you know? And so I can't even be me, because I want to make sure that you guys reach the highest level that you can reach, you know? So trust me when I tell you, if I was just me by myself, like I just lived the normal life like a normal dude, I don't do nothing but go to work or whatever, bro, ain't no telling what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I got family members listening, so I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, you know, they know how we get down as a family. You feel me? They know what many men don't get married. People been on drugs. People have been womenizers. People haven't taken care of their family. I'm no more than what my father is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm him. You know, and again, I ain't trying to disrespect my man, but I'm him. I'm no better than him. Like, I have the same insides he has. But when I think about CJ and Tobe, like you said, Fat, you know, when I think about Metnell's father and we kicking it, and I'm just like, man, I always want her dad to have a good report about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my man talk. Like, I got a daughter, and he was breaking down, you know, Nell stole my record. She was stealing my stuff. She still ain't gave me some of my records back yet. She DJing, took my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we just kicking, and I would hate for somebody to say, yo, E ain't this. He was a bad example to your, you know what I'm saying? You got, like, y'all got kids, Maul got kids. I would hate for y'all to have to sit down and say, you know, your Uncle E, we want to hate to tell you, but he, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would hate for y'all to have that conversation. You feel me? Yeah. And I know that we human. And I'm just like, okay, God, give me the strength to be the one person that's not perfect by any means, but give people hope that it's possible to live above our temptations, to live above our sins. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's possible not to let our sins just take over and destroy our lives. It's possible through Christ. And bro, until the day I die, manage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's managing. I could fall tomorrow, like, you know, managing. And I always used to tell my baby girl, I was like, man, you was blessed when you was born, because when I looked at you, I was like, yo, I am not going to disappoint you. Like, you will not be disappointed by me. Like, you will not have to hear dirt about your father on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I love y'all for real. Y'all all give me purpose. You know, I feel young hanging around y'all. When they said 50, I'm like, ooh, who y'all talking about? Hey, don't put that on me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, but man, just the joy when you see, you know, like you said, New York Times, and I see Nell and Tobe and the kids. And I think to me, just even seeing the kids in the videos, you know what I'm saying? I told Didi the other day, I was like, oh, Didi, that's the that video, that's that house. That's upstairs. She like, I know it's the house. And I'm like, oh, I ain't know if you knew. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yeah, that's the house. So it's just been a joy, man, when I get on stage, see y'all doing y'all thing, coming behind y'all. It's like, yo, I really feel like I'm on a dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the Lakers when they're with the Celtics when they were whatever. And it's just like to be the servant leader of this squad. To be the one responsible, getting up and praying for y'all. Man, when y'all have kids, Didi and I like, oh, what size they? You know what I'm saying? Just to like be able to have a sense of purpose. And there are a lot of people out there. And I just want to speak to y'all for a minute. There's nothing wrong with you because you commit adultery, but you selfish. You know what I'm saying? And you get to the point where all you think about is your personal pleasure. And I feel you. Like I'm appealing to you. I feel you on this is hard. People forget about me. I got all the weight of the world. Who gonna take care of me? Who gonna meet my needs? But I'm telling you, got to get past that. And you got to become a person who looks out for others. And get past what about me? So, man, I just prayed to the Lord the other day and I was like, God, please give me another 50. That's all I'm asking for, another 50 walking and talking, and not for me to make no money. I just want to see they kids have kids, and I want to see the end of this. I want to see where Tobe and them go. I don't want them at a memorial, like, yo, if he could have been here to see where I don't want that. I want to be there. I want to see the kids grow up and have kids. So it's been a phenomenal ride, man. And I look forward to the next 50. And like I said, I don't want to be selfish, God, but I don't want to be buried and have people pouring out whatever they drink on my behalf. Like I want to be there. Oh, okay, Organifi. Yeah, I don't want to be there for that. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yep. Organifi.
Oh man! Wow! Well, listen, man. Next week we'll be back with a regularly scheduled podcast, but we had to break this up for. And
y'all see, I'm all the way in the back with these little COVID babies. If they get sick, they gonna be okay. But the COVID babies ain't gonna get me sick. I'm at that age where I might not recover.
When the letters fail, somebody edit that out. Edit that out, because people be hitting me like, "Yo, y'all got the big block letters." I'm like, and they sweet. On camera, they super sweet. Y'all just look at the baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Look.
We see the maneuver. We see.
Listen, man. I appreciate everybody for being on. This is man, it's like a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to take a close look at this entire hookup because we're working on some big things as a unit. Right, this is not, right now it's kind of like, oh, Tobe and Maul and then Tiff, and we got some big plans just as a crew for the takeover. So, man, we would love for y'all to continue to be a part of that, man. Shout out to everybody for listening, man. Shout out to E, happy birthday. Shout out to the babies in the building. We got all kind of stuff going on. Shout out to my man Corey. They don't give Corey enough credit, man. That's Big Sexy back there. You know what I'm saying? Big Sexy, stay out the way, man. But he's an integral part of this thing.
If you're looking to learn, I go on all the time. You be teaching me some stuff.
But follow him at Corey, the real estate guy. Make sure you follow him. Follow him at Corey, Corey, the real estate guy on IG. Let him know you seen it.
And I put my stamp behind the content he giving on real estate.
Come on.
I be watching, bro.
Never
been no doctor.
You just got stamped.
I'm just saying.
You certified.
I put my stamp on it.
Certified.
Dr. King certified you, boy. Tiff, love you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me back.
We'll see about your probation.
Thank you.
You go back before the parole board.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll see. Oh, man. Tommy, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you keeping us safe. Appreciate you being one of the good ones. E, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Make sure that Didi hears that I'm super patient with her. All right? She needs to hear that. She needs to hear that I'm super patient.
Yes.
The devil is alive.
Yes. Hopefully everybody's safe out there, man. We love you.
See you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.